Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Per Slushy NFT coming back to you with another video. Now, I know I haven't posted a video in a while now. Um, I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I just can't seem to stay consistent with making videos. So no promises on how often I make videos, but I had a really interesting in-depth conversation with a couple people earlier, and it really inspired me to make another video because I understand that I know a decent amount about the NFT space, and I was able to help other people understand more in-depthly about the NFT space and just about investing and bear markets and bull markets and just how all that stuff works. So today I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about investing during a bear market and what that entails and how to make good money in a market like this. So where can we start off? So for example, everybody knows that's in the NFT space right now, Goblin Town. I'm pretty sure it was a free mint. It was like the whole way at like 0.02 or 0.002, and now it's the whole way up to almost 3 ETH, and out of nowhere it just shot up. And a lot of people now are looking for, those degen plays. What is a degen play? A degen play is something that you just invest into because it's pumping really hard. You might not know anything about the project, it might not be an established project, but you just invest into it and you're making a degen play. So how can you make plays like this in order to, make money? So let's talk about why this project even is at the price that it's at right now and how to, make money like this in the future. So if we're talking about Goblin Town, for two reasons, is at the price it's at now. One reason is because a lot of people jumped on it really early and it got hyped from Twitter. And also they had an AMA when it was about like 0.7 or 0.8, where there was a bunch of people from the NFT space all in the AMA on Twitter, and they were all literally just making goblin sounds for like 4 hours. It was really, really weird, but it created like this community or this camaraderie of people that just wanted to, have a goblin or invest in the goblins. And the project is at what it's at now. But why did this project, out of all the projects, pump up right now? And why, when everything else is not pumping, why did this one pump? Because we're in a bear market. A bear market is when all of the projects are down in value, and a bull run is when all the projects are pumping in value and going up in value. So why did Goblin Town go up in value during this market that we're in right now? Well, that's a good question. And from my research of looking into projects in the past, for example, a few months ago, we were in a bear market as well. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was two projects that pumped during this time. Cells, they went the whole way from 0.1 the whole way up to 2 ETH. And Loser Club went the whole way from like 0.08 the whole way up to like 0.7 ETH or 0.8 ETH. And why did those pump? Well, we were in a bear market, nothing else was pumping at the time. So when it started to pump, since there's no action in the market, everyone sees that volume in that one project, so everyone will invest into that one project. Hence the same thing that happens in Goblin Town. Nothing else is pumping recently. There's been no big mints that have been out lately, no big projects released lately. So it gave Goblin Town the platform to thrive in this market, because if nothing else is pumping, people want to make money. There's always people in NFT space who want to make money, who see an investment opportunity and capitalize on it. So people saw that Goblin Town was pumping, so everybody got onto it, because there wasn't 50 different projects during a bull run where everything is going up in value, so you can invest into anything and pretty much make money. It's one or two things pump at a time. A couple months ago, Cells and Loser Club pumped at the same time. That went up. Goblin Town recently pumped. Wrecked Guy, it pumped. Boki pumped a couple days ago. So the reason why it's pumping is because in a bear market, there will always be those projects that go up in value really fast because they have all the attention at the time. So understanding how these projects go up in value, why they go up in value, and understanding when this happens is going to allow you to make money in a market like this. So you might be saying, Slushy, well, how would I have known to invest in the Goblin Sound? Well, there's a couple ways that you can do it. The main thing that you want to do is you want to be on Twitter. When you're on Twitter, you can follow the actual, you can search for NFTs, the NFT community, and there's always people that talk about a lot about different projects in here. You'll see like a lot of BS too, but also following people in NFTs, in the NFT community that can give you information on projects. For example, if we go to my profile and we go to some of the people that I'm following, I'm following a lot of people that are big in the NFT space. For example, let's scroll down here. I'm following, let's see here, scroll down a little bit more. I haven't followed any big people recently, so I don't have too much at the top, but if we keep scrolling down, I mean, there's a few people here, but no one that you guys that would stand out to you at the top. But I'm following, let's keep going down, like Eddie's Kong's a great guy to follow. Cade, great guy to follow. Journey Crypto, DMP3, Bento Boy. You follow these people, you see them starting to interact with other people in the NFT space, talking about things, and you start following the other people that they're following and connecting with, and then all of a sudden you have a feed that is basically nothing but just stuff about the NFT space. You can see people commenting on different things. This T-Mask guy, I follow him. He always talks about like projects and stuff like that. And you'll see that your feed starts to become filled with knowledge about the NFT space, about what's happening, about what people are investing into, about why projects are going up, why projects are going down. So that's the first way. Two is going into a Discord, find a community that you like and making friends, because when you make friends in the space that also are into NFTs, that is going to help you to not only gain knowledge, but it's also going to allow you to be able to make these friends that can help guide you in the direction that you want to go. You guys can help grow off of each other. You can give them information, they can give you information, and all of a sudden you have a friend group of people who are in the NFT space and all want to make money in the space together. So that's another thing. Also using different tools. For example, this tool is pretty expensive, but I use NFT Nerds. If you go up here to trending, you can see what's trending within the past minute, the past 5 minutes, past 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, 1 day, and 7 day. So a big thing when a project is pumping, you want to see, like for example, Hobbit Town right now is pumping really hard. It's even in the past minute, it's pumping. So we'll go the past 5 minutes. Hobbit Town, it's had almost an ETH in the past 5 minutes. So if we click on Hobbit Town and we go over here to live view, we can see about every minute they're having a sale. So it looks like this project right now is pumping. It's at 0.009 and it's continuing to pump. So if we go back here and we scroll down, we can see that 0.01, 0.0012, 0.01, 0.01. You keep scrolling down, you go the whole way to a while back, you can see that it's just pumping for like however long, like the past hour. So getting into a project like this, even just buying one, can potentially allow you to flip it maybe for 2x or something like that. When you're first into the NFT space and you're wanting to invest into something, to do some sort of investment, I highly recommend don't invest anything over 0.1. Start low, start with maybe like 0.09 and try to buy something like that you see that has a lot of volume within the past the past hour maybe, or past like 10 minutes. And also you want to catch things early. For example, Hobbit Town, I'm not sure how long this has been out, so this isn't like the best example, but it's at 0.009. So if this was if this has been at this price for like the past 3-4 hours, it probably wouldn't be a good time to invest into it right this second, just because it's probably at its peak right now, so people are constantly like selling below. But we can see it's at 0.01. I mean, it's staying pretty steady at that. The floor is 0.09, so people are making money. But this would be like a play, like you could buy one for 20 bucks and maybe you might be able to sell it for triple the value in a few hours from now. So I highly recommend looking at projects like this, understanding and researching into them, seeing what happens. Look at the value, look at the volume in the past hour, look at the amount of sales that it has, look at the floor price, and see if like projects like that are having any hype on Twitter. Because if a project like that has hype on Twitter, it will also push it to do better as well. For example, Elf Town. Elf Town was another free mint that came out, and it already had its glory. It pumped the whole way up to 0.3, but it started really low, and also Goblin Town shouted them out. So if you were able to get on this early by having a tool, or being on Twitter, or even being in a Discord group with other people who are in the NFT space, or if you have a tool like this, you could have seen that it was pumping, you could have gotten in, bought one, and get out. And the biggest thing with investing into projects like this is you want to make sure that whenever you invest, you don't invest a lot of money at first when you're just starting out, and profit is profit. That's the biggest thing, is making profit. I remember when I first got into the NFT space, I wanted to make just an ETH. I thought making an ETH would be amazing. I was like, wow, making an ETH would be so great. So what happened? I followed this YouTuber. My first mint was Castle Kid. It didn't do well at all. I lost money with that. Then Adidas had their public mint. I didn't know anything about minting. I didn't know anything how that worked. I didn't know how gas worked. I tried to buy it. I ended up losing $500 in gas because I didn't get one. And then Dino Babies came out during the reveal. I didn't realize that whenever you invest into something during reveal or pre-reveal, most of the time when you invest during pre-reveal, it's going to dump or go down in value after the reveal happens. So I bought 3 of them at 0.2, and I'm still holding now. And I invested into the project because I was like, oh, it's going to be NFT that is going to be made into a TV show, and this is the first NFT like that, so this is going to be great. And I didn't really know much about NFTs at the time, so I thought just based on that knowledge right there, that was a good investment. And it ended up not being a good investment. So I learned from those 3. I learned from Castle Kid to do my own research, not to just invest into something just because some YouTuber said invest into it. Adidas, I learned how gas works. I understood a lot about gas. My next video, I believe, will be talking about how to win gas wars. And then third, I understood that not always investing into something during the pre-reveal is going to be the best thing to do. Always sell during pre-reveal. And then my 4th mistake that I ever did was, remember when I said I wanted to make just an ETH? So I got whitelisted for Karafuru. I got my Karafuru. The floor during pre-reveal was 4 ETH. I was like, holy crap, 4 ETH. I was like, these could go up in value. I believe in this project, so I waited until reveal. Reveal happened. The floor went the whole way up to 5 to 6 ETH. I got an offer on mine for 7 ETH. At the time, I had like a top 14% one. I was like, if the floor is at 5 to 6 and he's only offering me 7, I'm not gonna take it. So I listed mine for like 20, and no one ended up buying it. The bid went away, and over time, like over a month, the floor went from like 5 to 4 to 3 to 2. And then when it was around 3 ETH, they announced that if you hold it, you get a 3D one. So I was like, I'm just gonna hold it because it'll probably go up in value. And I just never ended up selling it because I knew that I could have made 7 ETH at one point, and I never did. So I'm still holding it now. The 3D one actually reveals later tonight, which will be cool. But that was another thing, is greed, and that's pretty important in the NFT space, is because everyone gets in to make money. And whenever you have a chance to make money, I just wanted to make an ETH. I had a chance of making 7 ETH, and I was like, well, what if it goes up to 10 or 20? And it didn't. And now Karafuru is at like 1 or 0.9. And I'm not upset about it. I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. It was a great learning experience because I've learned that taking profits, any profits, is going to be better than taking no profits. It doesn't matter if it's 0.1, 1 ETH, or 10 ETH. Profit is profit. If it helps you in real life, always take that profit. There's too many projects that come out. Invisible Friends, it was so hyped. During pre-reveal, it was like 15 to 10 ETH the whole way down to 9. People ended up holding it. They're still holding it now. And I think Invisible Friends is only at, what's it at now? 4 ETH. This was one of the most hyped projects ever. So, and then Hape during pre-reveal was 9 ETH. If we look at Hape, it's at 0.85. So all these projects that are really, really hype, that have all this hype, you know, unless it's one of the big five, you probably, you know, don't want to keep it. And what do I say? What does big five mean? So big five are going to be the top 5 projects that I think, or that I believe, are going to be worth investing into, if you ever have the liquidity to do so. What are those projects starting from the top? Number 1 is CryptoPunks. They'll be on top for a while because they were the first NFT ever. Bored Ape, they're constantly doing stuff. They had the other side, they had the token, which people made money off of. The third one I would say is going to be Artifact. Why Artifact? They're owned by Nike. What is Nike? Nike is probably the biggest brand, probably the second biggest brand in the world, right behind Coca-Cola. And why are they so big? Because in technology, or not even technology, in business, you're competing against other people. When you're competing against other people, you constantly have to be innovating or they will pass you up. Nike understands this almost the best out of anyone. That's why they've always been number 1 in clothing and shoes. So when you have a brand like Artifact that's in the NFT space owned by Nike, they're going to take that same philosophy into the NFT space. So having a CloneX is really, really good. They've gotten multiple airdrops. They got the Space Pod, the Loot Pod. They got Murakami Flower if you own a Murakami drip trait on your CloneX. They had the Monolith, which was like 11 ETH. So they've had close to 20 ETH or more of airdrops, all for holding a CloneX. So that's a project that you know they're going to be doing stuff. They're going to constantly be giving you more value for your NFT, and it's only going to go up in value. Now would be a great time to purchase something like that because we're in a bear market. And last but not least, or 2 left, Doodles. Doodles is another project that's pretty big. They have they came out with another NFT that was I think it was linked to your own Doodle, and they've stayed pretty high in value. Their team's pretty good. And then last but not least, Azuki. Now, why do I say Azuki? With all the rugs that came out with. Well, one, the guy who did the rugging, he let everyone know that he did what he did without somebody else finding him out. And I always say, you know, everybody makes mistakes in life, and it's not about the mistakes that you make, but it's about what you do after that. So he understands his position in the NFT space. He understands what he did and how it was wrong, and he wanted to let people know. So I find him becoming an understanding that he needs to be a leader. Someone who people can look up to, who people can believe in, because he has a brand to represent. There's a lot of projects, or not even a lot of projects, but a lot of businesses. Think of all the businesses that there have ever been. There's been a bunch of scandals with a bunch of big businesses. Some of them fail, and some of those scandals make them stronger, and they come back stronger, and they do bigger things. I believe Azuki is one of those projects. Reason being, Azuki was at like 30 ETH and went the whole way down to like 7 ETH, and now it's back up to 11, almost 12. So a lot of people do believe in this project, and they had the Beans airdrop. They also gave everyone a bomber jacket, or you can redeem it for a bomber jacket. It's like a really dope, like Japanese style jacket with like a dragon on the back. It says Azuki. It's like $2,500, but every holder gets it for free. And I think that this is a project where people like the brand. They understand what had happened, and they want to they like that the person who did the rugs or whatever came out with it, explain what he did, and now you know, they can put that to the side, and they can try to grow from that and become better. So that's awesome that they're doing that, or that he's doing that. And this, I believe that Azuki will be one of those brands that will keep building, and they'll keep getting better and better. So again, the top 5: Bored Ape, or no, CryptoPunks, Bored Ape, Clone, Artifact, anything Artifact, Doodles, and then also Azuki. Those are the top 5, and you want to get to a point where you're in the NFT space and you can buy one of these. Why? Especially during a bear market. Most of the time, like if we type in CloneX, right now, CloneX is at 14 points. Let's see here. It's not going to show the 4 right now, but it's at 14.99 ETH. So that's about 15 ETH, and that's a lot of money. But during a bear market, that's cheap to get in, because the next bull run they're going to go up in value, and they're going to have more airdrops in the future. They've announced it, and they've continuously shown their holders that they provide value. They're also owned by Nike. So you want to get to the point where you can make flips, use that money to invest into something that can make you passive income on the side, like through airdrops, something like that. And then once you also have other money on the side too, you can do degen plays. So you can mint, you know, like 10 like goblin towns during the free mint. You can mint 10 of them and hold them and see, maybe they'll go up in value, and then you have 10 that you bought at 20 bucks a piece, and now they're worth 2.75 ETH a piece, and then you flip them. Or even if you buy 20 at 0.1 and they go, or you buy 10 of them at 20 bucks a piece, and they go up to like 100 bucks a piece, and you sell them, that's still profit. It's not as much profit as it going up to 2.75 ETH, but even it just going to 0.1 ETH, you sell 10 of them, you get 1 ETH. That's a lot of money. So being able to understand the market, understanding the different plays, and then building yourself up to the point where you can get into one of these big projects that you know that your money will be safe in that project, and you can earn from it. I would love to at one point get a Clone X. When I had my car Furu, or I still have it, but when I had the chance to sell it for 7, I should have sold it for 7. And then I had a couple other things that I had. I could have sold those, and then I could have gotten into Clone X at around 11 or 12, but I didn't do that. Looking back, I should have, but that's hindsight is 2020 is always 2020. So why am I telling you guys this? It's easy to learn. It's easier to learn from other people's mistakes, and it's harder to learn from your own mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes I do or I did. Try to learn from what I'm telling you guys and use that in the future in your NFT journey. Always do your research on projects. Always look at the volume. You try to use different tools, and eventually you want to get to the point where you can make money by flipping stuff instead of always grinding whitelist. That's how a lot of the biggest whales in the market make their money. They do flips. They understand the volume. They understand how sales work. They understand what everything in the market is doing and why it's doing what it's doing, and they understand how to capitalize on that. And being in the NFT space is basically teaching people about money. It's teaching you how to use money, and it's teaching you valuable life skills, how to invest, what to do when when you're in a bear market, what to do when you're in a bull run, how money works, how money is volatile, how it can go up or how it can go down, how to best invest your money. All of these skills that you learn in the NFT space are great life skills that you can use forever in your life. And learning about money is probably one of the most essential skills in life, because everything in life revolves around having money, being able to do stuff. Money isn't everything, but at the end of the day, money allows you to do a lot of things that can, enhance your life, maybe make you happier, maybe make it so your life isn't as hard, you're able to support your family and things like that. So the NFT space is a great opportunity to do that, but understanding how the NFT market works, how to invest into things is going to be the biggest thing that you want to learn from the NFT space. Everyone's going to make those mistakes. Everyone's going to have, those times where, you do fail. Like you will make mistakes. Everyone does it. But it's about how you get back up from those mistakes, how you learn from those mistakes. I'm not sitting here wallowing in my tears being like, man, I could have sold that car Furu for $24,000 and paid off my car and half my school loan. No, I'm not saying that. I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, I made that mistake, but the next time I get something like that, I'm going to flip it, and then I know that I learned that from that past mistake, and I'm growing as a person. I'm growing spiritually, mentally from these mistakes, and that's how you grow as a person and become, a more mature version of yourself. It's not getting down on yourself, not getting negative. Just recently, there was a project I got whitelisted for called Squishyverse. They had 4 different types of land that you could buy. The mythic land was at I think 1 ETH or 1.2 ETH, or no, it was at 1.2 ETH. I ended up minting it. I'll show you how I did that next video, how to set your gas and everything to win a mint. But I did that. I sold it immediately for 2.15 during pre-reveal, so I made 0.9 ETH. And now after reveal happened, that mythic land's only worth like 1 ETH. So I got out at the right time because I learned that you don't hold everything forever. You sell stuff when you think you should sell it. Yet there will be those projects that you want to hold on to, projects that have proven that they will do something in the future. One of those projects that I believe that will do good in the future, what I will make a video about probably here in a few days, is Collider Craftworks. I think that's a great project. They still have a lot that they need to do, but that would be a project, for example, that you would want to hold. But you want to get to the point where you can have one of these big top 5 projects, you can hold it, and you're also making money on the side. It's like in real life. Say you have like a lawn care business, and you mow lawns, you do landscaping, and you get yourself enough liquidity where you can like buy a house. So you buy that house and you rent that house out, and you're making money on this constantly every month with that house, but then you're still doing lawns on the side. So it's like with in the NFT space, you make a lot of money, you buy like a Clone X, you get airdrops from that where you make money. Also, it's constantly going up in value, just like a house would. And then you're on the side, like you're doing lawn care or whatever. In the NFT space, you're flipping like degen plays, or you're flipping stuff for like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and then you want to get to the point where you flip something. The first time you flip something, you want the first time you flip to make you money. It doesn't matter if it's 2x, 3x, whatever. You buy something, I would not ever flip more than 0.1 when it's your first time. You buy something for 0.1, when it goes to 0.2, sell it. That will give you the confidence and the experience to go and flip something else. Now, whenever you flip something for 0.1, buy something for 0.1, you flip it for 0.2, you take that 0.1, you set it aside, you take the other 0.1 that you initially invested and you invest it again. You sell something else, this time you sell it for 0.3. So then you take the 0.2 profit, you put it to the side, and you invest that 0.1 again. And you sell something else for 0.2, you take that, you set it aside, now all of a sudden you have half an ETH over here that you got profit, and you still have that 0.1 that you can invest with. And then once you get good at investing stuff that's like 0.1 or whatever, and you get a little bit more confidence, you invest into something that's at 0.2. Then that 0.2, you might invest something at 0.2 and it goes up to like 0.8. Then you take that 0.6 profit, put it over here. Now you have over an ETH, and then now you still have that 0.2 over here to invest with. And then you keep doing that, you keep stacking to the point where you can invest 1 ETH at a time, and you still have like 2 or 3 ETH on the side that you have that is just profit. And that's what you do in the NFT space. That's how you learn. It's all a learning experience. But I hope that you guys were able to learn something from this video. I know it went a long time, but I just felt like I really wanted to explain how the market is right now, how to make money in a bear market, and I hope that this was able to teach everybody something. But my name's Purple Slushy. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you want to join my Discord, I'll leave a link to the Discord down below. Subscribe. Until next time, it's been your boy Purple Slushy. Peace.